Hey everyone, welcome back to Williamson Ridge Outdoors. Today, as you can see, we are standing in front of our pile of firewood rounds. And what this is actually the remainder of the trailer load of logs that we got from Hurricane, West Virginia. As you can see back here on this side, we've got the dump trailer probably more than halfway full right there. And I've still got a pretty good pile of rounds sitting here. So the dump trailer is actually a 7x14 and it's 24 inches deep. And if you loosely threw the firewood into that trailer up to the top rails, it's 196 cubic feet. That should be actually just a hair more than a cord of loosely thrown firewood. So we're in the process of trying to figure out how much we actually got out of that load of firewood or that load of logs. But today, what today's video is mainly about, I wanted to kind of share something with you. I picked up a tool actually back in the winter and have actually been using it for probably a couple months and haven't done a video on it. And then I decided to do that today. So what we're going to check out is this Fiskars XA22 Hookaroon. So far, I am really liking this. I know there's some other brands and stuff out there and some different makes and all that, but I'll kind of explain to you throughout the video why I ended up choosing to go with this one. But this has been a handy tool, especially working around the wood splitter, because I use it so much to reach and grab pieces that are just out of arm's length. And so instead of having to lean over the splitter to be able to reach a piece of firewood and bring it back to me to resplit it, I can just stick this in it, pull it back to me, and I don't have to be reaching over the push plate or over the wedge or trying to reach over anything. It's kind of like having an arm extension in order to be able to get your firewood. Let's fire up the splitter and I'll kind of demonstrate this thing and try to go over a few of the pros and cons of it. So as you can see, this is actually a pretty handy tool whenever you're working around a wood splitter. Now you can use it for some other pieces too, like if you've got some smaller pieces around your splitter, you can hook it into the end of it and actually pull those pieces over to your splitter without having to bend over and pick them up. And you can actually lift them up with the Hookaroon to be able to set them on the splitter, again, without having to bend over and, and reach over and pick it up. But what I really like doing, the really big pieces, I just roll them over to the log lift and use it, of course, to lift it up onto the splitter. But then, as I split them, then I can stick the piece of wood before it finishes going all the way through the splitter, and that way I'll already have it. And then as the splitter starts to retract, then I can slide that piece back, almost kind of like a box wedge would work with the pullback arm that's on a box wedge. And what I tend to do is reach the farthest one first and pull it back into the middle where it can be resplit, and then the other one that's on the top, I'll pull it back and set it on the log lift, and so it'll be ready for after the next piece. And every once in a while I have a piece that kind of gets away and actually will fall off and get to the conveyor, and sometimes I can actually get it with my Hookaroon before it starts going all the way up the conveyor, and I can hook it and bring it back to me without losing that piece or without having to chase it down or go all the way out to the other end where the trailer's at and try to get it off the pile of the trailer. Doesn't always work, but sometimes it does. I had that happen 2 or 3 times, and I got it 2 of the 3 times that actually happened, so kind of saves me that extra walking and the trip and stuff there to have to do that. So I said earlier, I kind of go through some pros and cons, that kind of stuff. So about the only con that I can really kind of see to this is the fact that it is actually a synthetic material. The handle and stuff is not metal. Maybe in cold weather or extremely cold weather that could possibly get brittle. I have used it through 20-degree weather, that kind of stuff, and have had no issues with it whatsoever. The plus side to it, it has a lifetime warranty on it. From what I've heard, Fiskars actually stands behind that. So if anything would happen to it or if the end would break or something like that, then you could get it replaced. You just call them up, they send you a new one. I've heard their customer service is actually really, really good. And one of the main reasons that I ended up choosing this one, this is actually a 28-inch. It gives me a bit of a reach without being just too long, because I think there's actually some I've seen that are like 30-inch and 36-inch, and I felt that those may be getting a little bit too long to kind of keep and handle around in close quarters. So for me, I thought that the 28-inch would work out pretty good. And also, this one, if you notice, is actually an oval or an oblong shape, and it's not perfectly round. Some of them are perfectly round, and it seems that you may have a little trouble orienting where the tip's at. So if you just grab it and go to hit or go to swing it into a piece of wood, then you're going to have to visually see that tip and make sure that that's lined up to strike the wood square to be able to stick into it. Whereas with this, you can actually orient it in your hand based on the shape of it, and that kind of helps you not have to be looking at it all the time. You kind of know by the feel and by that oblong shape that you're going into the wood with the tip instead of trying to hit it to the sides. If you hit this off square, it won't stick very good at all, and you'll have to try to re-stick it. That takes extra time. That's pretty much going to wrap it up. I hope this video helps somebody out. If you'd be interested in getting one of these, I'll leave an Amazon affiliate link down in the description below. We do get a small commission off of that, but you pay the same price, and it just goes into our channel and kind of helps fund things for the channel. Also, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, follow along with us with all the projects and stuff we have going on around the property. Also, check out video number 154 because there's a chainsaw giveaway going on, and the only way to be entered into that chainsaw giveaway is to actually comment on that particular video. So make sure to go back and check that out, number 154. Thanks for following along with us today, and we'll see you on the next one.